market outlook of this week. Let's jump right into it with the daily time frame first. So, actually, let's go into the weekly. Into the weekly, we have quite a quite bad weekly closure once again. First of all, we start off with the weekly closure of previous week being bearish. Secondly, we start with the weekly closure of past week being bearish as well. What could this potentially mean? A rotation lower, of course. I am thinking this could be topped, honestly. I mean, for the near future, this could be a pretty decent local top along with this one. And of course, if we go back here, we had something similar on previous cycle, top like this first time and top like this second time with a sweep, right? Top once and top second time. So this could be really bad for the macro. Now let's jump right into the daily with the yearly VWAP starting off. So yearly VWAP, pretty important as well. What you want to see when price is parabolic, you want to see value area high holding. For example, right here, value area high holding led to price going higher. If now we come into value area high, sweep some levels, never close below, I keep on chopping around here, this could potentially be setting up for a move higher, right? Now, the bearish scenario is to come right here, accept below, and go right into yearly VWAP. Yearly VWAP will be another interesting level to hold because this could potentially, as we know, price is bullish above VWAP and bearish below, and this could potentially lead to a leg higher. We'll see how price develops until then. The most important thing we need to look for is either acceptance below for shorts or price to hold right into yearly VWAP in order for a leg higher. So let's go right into quarterly VWAP. Quarterly VWAP, I have told you guys a lot of times that when we're opening up above when previous quarter, previous value is like around here, and we're opening up developing value right here, there is a void we need to fill in value, right? The same exact thing we have right here. There is a void we need to fill. So what I would expect now that we're actually accepting below some levels right here is to rotate back into previous quarter value high, and this level 106 107 to act as our main support and resistance level. Now if we come into this level, by the way, we did have also rejection into quarterly VWAP on the also the rejection of some previous value here. We had 5-week value. I will show you in a bit. So yeah, this was pretty clean, the short. I saw also a lot of people longing up here on the timeline. So yeah, it was a pretty decent short. Now, as we come down into this level, 107 will be our do or die level. If we go into this level, sweep some liquidity into 103 and accept above, this will be our trigger to go long all the way, because along here you will have also, let me bring it up, the yearly VWAP, right? Yearly value high. So it will be really crucial what happens around these levels. Now, the bear scenario would be price to come back below, bounce, reject into quarterly value, previous quarter value high, and rotate back lower towards 96k, which could potentially give us a small bounce, and reject once again towards previous quarter value low. So this level right here will of course act as our main support going forward if we manage to come down here. Now on the higher time frame, this is the most important level we need to watch at. Reactions into it will lead to either further upside or further downside much lower. Now along previous quarter value, we also have a pretty important value around these levels right here. This previous value, let me show you by the way, we have two values, right? One sitting right here and the other sitting right here. Let me hide the VWAP. What do we know is when we're rejecting a value, we are going towards another value. So here we have some levels to play around, right? Price, by the way, as you can see, these levels align with our VWAP levels. So price accepting below 107 will be crucial for a flip and rotation towards 102, 103. Here we also have resting liquidity in terms of price action with a good POI to play out for longs coming into this low, if it plays out. The most crucial thing will be 107 once again. So let me hide everything and let's jump right into the monthly value. So the monthly value has been really fucking clean these last few weeks, with bounces of previous month value low and of course continuation above previous month VWAP, 2 acceptance below previous month value high, and as you guys can see right now, once again a bounce. We got a long on Friday on this bounce, and of course the most crucial one as of now, the rejection into monthly VWAP along with previous month VWAP. This is actually kind of showing us rejection of value, and the main thing we need to focus on right now is acceptance below this level. Acceptance below this level, and we go mega short because the next level that we have in mind is 107. So a short from 112 to 107 will be really good. Else we need to see some lows forming, some lows holding right here for a potential bounce towards internal liquidity resting at 116k, which obviously is also a level of interest in terms of value, previous month VWAP and 5-week value low. If we reject once again, I'm thinking it's over, right? If we come into this level take out liquidity and reject once again. It's definitely over if this happens. The bullish scenario would be a bounce off here and acceptance above for rotation towards 120k, towards these highs right here, these highs that are marked out. Clean liquidity if we manage to accept above 5-week Vieira low and previous month VWAP. This will be a cool rotation from Vieira low to Vieira high. So that's pretty much it about monthly VWAP as well. Pretty important. I think it's the most important value we have now. And now let's go into the weekly, not the daily, the weekly. So into the weekly, we have some pretty levels, some pretty important levels to play around. Let me bring up the lines. So one level would be previous week Vieira high. Along with previous week Vieira low. Right. Now let me mark this out again. So let me bring up the bench. Okay, so right now, what are we seeing? We're kind of rejecting value, but I'm seeing right now we're having some sort of apex on shorts into these lows. Yeah, some really big shorts. So here we could take a long, by the way, for a reversal. So higher lows, this tends, by the way, these weeks tend to be filled by, where is it, by half of it. So yeah, this was like half of the week filled. If we form a low here, a bottom, and get some breakout structure happening, this could be a good play for a long here. And better longs would be above previous week Vieira low. So if you come down to this level, accept above for rotation towards previous, this basically POIs right here, this whole area. Pretty important what happens right here, right now. The bear scenario would be price just breaking down, accepting the low, and then forming like a continuation or a breakdown below towards previous quarter value. So that's pretty much everything about the outlook. Let me know guys if you have any questions, and I'll just stop the recording.